Hi, my name is Noel Davis with World Composting, and today we're going to do an update of our hardwood bin. This is the one that has the hardwood pellets in it, and we're going to see how it's doing, probably add some food, and maybe some moisture depending how it looks after we dig in. So let's go to the bin and take a look. So here's our bin right here. First off, moisture. We have quite a bit of moisture on the top, but not too bad. Some dry areas. So let's dig in here. As you can tell, I've been adding coffee grounds. I can see some of the worms already moving in here. Not much in the coffee grounds. Oh, lots of pot worms in here, it looks like. But I always find that's the case with coffee grounds. A lot of them right here near some of the food that was in here. So this is starting to look quite composted, this stuff on top. Still very nice and loose. Let's just dig in here a little bit. Finding worms. As you can see here, they look pretty healthy. So nice healthy worms in here. Very loose, all this material in here. It's not like it's clumping together really too much, except for where the coffee ground wrappers are. Those are still clumping together a little bit, but that's to be expected. Coffee ground wrappers are slowly disappearing. Some more worms over here. They're kind of spread out a little bit in here too, which is sort of nice. Actually, a couple of it over here on the sides. Some of this is starting to stick together a little bit. I wonder if these are coffee grounds or something else. I don't know what these are, but there's a couple places where it's kind of sticking together a little bit. Let's just take a look in here. Again, moisture content is not bad in here at all. This is kind of, these are, again, coffee ground filters right here. And they are not breaking down nearly as fast as I think they would in a normal bin, but they are breaking down, but this is taking a while. And there are worms in the areas where they are. So as you can see, there was a worm over here in this corner. Let's just dig in here a little bit more, see if we find anything else. Piece of a banana peel here. There's worms mixed in a lot of places. Now I think these are coffee grounds that are just stuck together and they're kind of getting compressed. So I'm just kind of breaking those up, these clumps that I'm finding of coffee grounds. But I thought it might be something else, but I think it's just coffee that's compressed, which there's some compression in here, but it's not too bad. It's not like, cardboard or paper, which just compresses down and becomes like this matted material that's hard to pry apart. Like this is still just, most of it breaks apart. Worms are doing pretty good, it looks like. Let's go in on this side a little bit here. Again, I'm just trying to break this material apart, these coffee grounds, getting them to mix in a little bit. So as you can tell right here, like here's a big clump, just crumbles right apart. And there's plenty of worms in it. So overall, this is working pretty well as a bedding material. I'm actually kind of surprised at how well it's working as far as, I thought at some point it would start breaking down and it would be really hard to get it apart, but that's just not happening. It still just feels nice and loose and just falls right apart, even with the cardboard or the this paper in here that's what's building up with the coffee grounds, but it's the material itself is not very loose and just flakes right apart. So let's just dig in here a little bit more. And there's worms all through the bin here, it feels like. It doesn't feel like there's any areas where there's just none. I'm not seeing any cocoons though, which is a little bit concerning. I mean, I would think that they would kind of stand out, they'd break apart here, from the material, and you'd be able to see them, but I'm not finding any cocoons at all. This is some leftover orange, it looks like, or something, or some sort of citrus that's taking a while to break down. Here's some worms, actually, that are getting on here, mating a little bit, so hopefully that means that there will be cocoons at some point in here. But I'm not seeing nearly as many cocoons as I would expect. I would expect them to be kind of littered through the bin here a little bit, but I'm not finding any. And maybe I missed some of them when I was just kind of scooping around in here. But I'm not seeing any cocoons right now as I dig through this. So let's just see here. This is a mass area right here of worms. As you can see, I'm breaking this open here. This was, you can tell by the orange, that this was some ground up carrot from juicing. That's over here. So let's just spread this out a little bit, see if we can find any cocoons in here. Looks like there's some other materials in here too, maybe mixed in. But no, I'm not finding any cocoons. So this is interesting. I'm not finding I was hoping to find cocoons this time. I haven't really found any in here, but I haven't really looked too hard. And I'm still not seeing really any cocoons. So I'm wondering if that's one of the problems with this type of material. Is I wonder if they have no flat surfaces or anything to lay them on, or something that they, that they'd want to use. So that's one of the issues I'm seeing with this bin right here. But material is just very nice to work with, though. No odor or smell or anything. There's just worms all through here, all through the material. Now we are going to add some more food in here, I think. There's a little bit of food left, but here's some more food in the middle here. So more worms. Let's dig down maybe in the center here, maybe a second here. Maybe some of these cocoons are down here. Oh, no, still not seeing any. If you see any on the videos, leave a comment. Maybe I missed them because I'm going through kind of quick and I'm not, even more worms though. There's a whole bunch of worms down here in the center section. So still no cocoons though. Plenty of worms though. I'm glad to see that I think the center section is normally where I've been adding food. So as you can see, lots of worms. I mean, they must be breeding because I don't remember having this many worms in here. They're all through the bin. And you can tell right here in this little scoop, there's just a bunch of worms right here. Nice size, really healthy it looks like. So, not sure what this was, but still no cocoons though. So, let's just see here. Again, this material comes out in chunks, but it just flakes apart. Great open soil type material. It just allows everything to breathe. Can easily stir it up to get things moving a little bit. As you can see, there's worms all over the top here. So, all right, well, let's add our food and let them get back to work. Everything that I'm putting in here is slowly disappearing, which is good. I'm going to put in some frozen bananas here. I have not added any more of the... hold on here a second. Let's just get down to the bottom here. It looks, and I will say this is a lot more moist than it was before on the bottom section too, so which is good because I was worried about it drying out every single time. It's still a little bit dry, but it's not too dry. It's not to the point where it's the birch white, where it's just this really white material. So all right, so I'm gonna add some banana peels in here, and again, as I said, these are frozen, so I'm gonna add probably 3 peels in here, well, maybe one more. So I'm gonna just cover this up, let the worms go to work on them. Hopefully that'll keep the bugs out. Also, I have not seen, I have to say, with this material, I've not seen any bugs. Some of my bins they usually get 1 or 2 fruit flies or something like that, but I really haven't seen too many bugs in this material. It's actually been really good for that. So, all right, so and we're just going to spread this out a little bit. And that's it. We're going to leave this sit. I might add some more coffee grounds. I might try to slow down on that, maybe add them to my other bins just for now. Just because I don't want to have too much coffee in here that kind of builds up with this thick material that seems to be clogging a little bit more than some of the other ones. I'm going to spread this out here over the top. So, bin looks really good. Lots of worms. I'm not seeing any cocoons, but I don't know if it's just I'm not finding them. I mean, there's a lot of material in here. I mean, this is a 10-gallon tote, and it's, 3/4 filled. So you're talking a good 7 to 8 gallons of material in here, and that's just a lot of material to sift through. So that's my update for this week. Please like and subscribe to my videos. Thank you.